If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Hello and welcome back to the Three Gaffers, episode 5, with myself, Edward Brooks.
Joe Loudon. James Francis. Why are you bottoming it already? We probably should. Have a little.
Get mine out as well.
That's a nice rate. Yeah, it's great headline. Unbelievable stuff. I can't believe they did it as well. It's absolutely ridiculous. No, calm down. Sit down.
What a way to start off the 5th episode of the Three Gaffers. This is our final episode of the first season. I mean, it's the Premier League roundup episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We put a lot of effort into doing a little bit for a
bit of the bottom right?
newspaper article of
I think the bottom right makes a lot of sense.
Manchester United bottling the Europa League. A lot of effort went into that, mate. You like it?
You enjoy that, don't you?
It's an audio podcast as well as visual, James. So if you want to speak, it'll be gratefully appreciated.
Explain what was going on in that section.
Do you want to talk, mate? Can we just show it to the camera one more time? Just you holding it up as well. I think that would be brilliant.
Straight to
just
this camera down here.
That camera as well.
Yep. Man United bottle Europe. It's official. Man United bottled the Europa League final. And obviously, there was once a man named James Francis that believed his club would win the Europa League and play in the Champions League next season. Sadly, Bruno Fernandes couldn't step up to the plate and bottled it on the biggest stage, certifying that he is the second best Bruno in the Premier League, behind Bruno G. Toon.
And if you look at the top, it's the Three Gaffers Times,
Yeah, the Three
Manchester,
Gaffers Time.
and the date of the release of this episode.
Yeah,
I think that's quite clever.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't rip it up now.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. That's
well,
yours
you've
as
done
a
one.
souvenir. That's yours as a souvenir now.
Is it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can keep
Alright,
that.
I'll keep all of that.
Right, moving
Right,
on
get us
to
into
the
the episode then.
A quick recap on last week, guys. We spoke about what could potentially happen on the final day. We're going to get into what did happen on the final day of the season.
Yeah.
We talked transfer news. We also talked, James talked a very big game about Manchester United winning the Europa League final. How'd that work out for you, James?
Listen,
Do you want to get to that later?
dreams are dreams.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a second.
You will get into that in just a second.
Well,
We also built a little
He heavily
combined
debated.
starting 11, didn't we? Let's just say it got a little bit heated.
Cute.
Moving on.
And we also talked Crystal Palace beating Man City and winning the FA Cup final. What a great win for Palace.
Controversially, but I'm happy they did.
Very happy they did.
Moving on. Oh,
Yeah, moving on to Manchester United bottle in Bilbao. Manchester United lose to Spurs, obviously in Bilbao.
I've never seen him more red.
Ending Spurs' 17-year trophy drought, one of the most banterous eras in football. Yeah. And it was a terrible game. Probably the worst European final you'll ever watch.
Not a single team deserves to win.
Exactly, it was the worst European final you'll ever watch from a questionable own goal /
The League One playoff to get to the Championship was a better game of football than the Europa League final.
Okay.
Yeah, well, is what it is. So yeah, Brendan Johnson clutched up for Spurs, and they are now playing Champions League next season. What do you think the problem was for United then in that game? Everything, or anything specific, or just all things United?
I can't even speak.
Did the newspaper shock you a bit?
I think. I can't even keep my head together.
Calm down, it's okay. It's okay.
I watched it. I sat through the pain.
Aw.
You know pain.
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
So does he. Ballers. Anyway.
He's taking it out on me now. Here we go.
I will
So
do.
when you say the problem, was it Amorim, do you reckon?
What was the problem?
All
James?
good managers adapt in a game.
Mm.
And when
Agreed.
they see things aren't going well, there's got to be a time when you realise your tactics or something is not working and you need to go all out.
So with United,
and when you're 1-0 down, I don't understand why you wouldn't just
throw the kitchen
get
sink.
all the attackers on and just go for it.
Just throw the kitchen sink at them.
Like,
try and get anything. Even if you go 2-0,
just get that goal. Forget what happens after. Just
if you go 2-0, you're
why not?
already going to lose.
Why not just go for it?
Yeah.
Whereas what they did, they put big Hazard Maguire up front.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire
Started pinging balls to him when they had all the men back. They're bigger than us. They were strong. There was a stronger team.
Yeah.
That was out. That's not going to work.
My favourite bit was like last kick of the game.
And by stronger, I mean more physical.
Ball goes flying to the far post. Garnacho, he sees the ball.
Garnacho should have started.
His eyes light up. He's like, I'm going to replicate the overhead kick.
Gets
and then
Everton,
Casemiro went. And then Casemiro went off.
You're 1-0 down in a final. Why are you going for something fancy? Like,
yeah, do
why?
You see Casemiro's
you don't
kick?
go. You don't go for something to get the papers. You don't do that. You go for something that's simple and easy to get a goal. You can make all the headlines later. Why the are both of them jumping up in the air, going for an over?
Time editing all these beeps, mate. There's too many.
Yeah.
Apologise.
Hostility. Calm it down.
Well, get off me.
We love you, James.
Well, what I was going to say is, did the players let the manager down, or did the manager let the players down? Or was it a bit of a mixture? I'd say it was the players letting the manager down, really.
Bit of both.
Nah.
Bit of both.
I think it's a bit of both. You can't just keep
Amorim
on going. Amarin's like perfect,
and I still like him.
No,
but
it was all Bruno Fernandes' fault, really.
I do think Bruno bottled it.
No.
Bruno bottled it big time. Didn't even
Bruno
show up.
was
Didn't even lace his
Bruno was played too deep.
Bruno
was played too deep.
Amarin isn't going. You stay.
Mount was a ghost. He had a couple of good turns, but he was a ghost.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't want to fucking talk about it. Maz, another ghost on the pitch. And I talk a big game about Maz.
Can you talk about any good players for United then?
Well, do you know what?
In the final.
Yeah, you actually can't. But do you know what?
Garnacho came on and he started making a difference, but it just wasn't enough by the time he came on.
One player I would say made a difference for the opposition side was Van der Ven. that off the line clearance saved them.
I rate the guy. That was unbelievable,
wasn't it?
That was unbelievable.
It felt like Vicario was trying to throw the game. The amount of times
that's when I knew it was
not
behind.
catching the ball.
When I saw that, I knew it was behind him, and I was like, "It's done."
Yeah.
You say that, but Vicario with his very late save. That was
no.
You know,
from set pieces, it looked like he was trying to throw it. Like every time a ball came in high, he was like flinching at it, like go catch the ball. But when it came to the last minute save, that was nice.
Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs.
that's the most disgusting thing to ever come out of your mouth, Joe. That's bad, mate.
No, I can't be too horrible to United. Can't be too horrible. Not this week, at least.
Yeah.
Should we move on then? Because clearly someone's too rattled.
He's still in
Bilbao mentally.
His head's in Bilbao.
Yeah, he's looking there. He's looking at the stadium going,
not moving on to the Premier League.
How did we not win this? Right, so Premier League roundup, because obviously it was the final weekend of Premier League action.
Final week.
And there were some big games, big results that meant a lot of different things. Well,
thank God this year's over.
One game that we started off with,
could care less about
Man City beat Fulham 2-0 to secure third place. It was an easy game for City, nothing really to... One big game though was Chelsea beating Forest 1-0 to secure themselves in the top five.
Well. Good result.
Yeah.
What game?
Great. Putting Forest into Conference League football, where they were sitting third for, was it?
They deserve more than that.
Yeah, maybe, but
Who do?
Forest apparently deserve more than Conference League
for this year. How they've actually played, they have bottled it.
Well, it is what it is. It comes down to the end, and that's what it is.
I agree.
Well,
I agree,
talking
James.
about bottling something.
I'm done now.
Newcastle nearly bottled it by losing 1-0 at home to Everton.
As soon as Everton scored, I called you 6 times. You didn't pick up once, Joe.
Yeah, why would I?
He tried ringing me during the final.
Yeah. So we can give
why
it out.
You,
he
why,
can't take it.
Why are you ringing me in a final?
What you're telling me is he can do it to you, but he can't take it.
I wouldn't do it.
He called you.
He
in
didn't
a
ring me. You rang me.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I rang you.
You rang me in the final.
Oh yeah, I did ring
I'm
you.
1-0 down. Why are you belling my phone?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it.
Why are you belling my phone?
Of course, I need to know.
Why would I want to talk to you when there's a final and I'm losing?
Why would he want to
I
talk
wanted
to
you to win that final.
Oh, whatever.
You're forgetting that. Paul.
Why would I want to speak
Well,
to him?
I was the only one that predicted that final correctly. Anyway.
Moving on.
In it, you wouldn't want to talk to one of your mates who's going to go, "Oh my god, you're falling it." No, like I deliberately didn't pick up the phone the first 2 times, and then I didn't even look at my phone after the other 4. I didn't. I declined his call the first 2, and then I threw my phone across the room. I went, I'm not talking.
I can't believe it.
I need to see how this pans out. And do you know
If
what?
you did bottle it,
There
you
is
wouldn't have,
one
you wouldn't
thing.
have picked up all night.
Oh, I probably wouldn't be here today. But you know what? There was a shining light.
Me.
There was a shining light of the weekend, and that was Manchester United. Come here, give me some.
You don't even want to do it. He's doing it.
Come on, bro. Man United beat Aston Villa 2-0 after a stupid decision from Martinez getting himself sent off. Dickhead.
So United win that game, help Newcastle get Champions League, and helping Newcastle replace United in the top 6.
No. Let's not be silly. But it is true.
He's frozen.
That's maybe a bit too far. I'd calm it down. It's neck and neck.
Biggest
It's not even neck and neck, mate. United are obviously in the top 6.
biggest club in England. Behave yourself.
Second biggest
Anyway,
club in England.
no. Let's go back to the game.
Biggest club. I didn't say most successful.
Right, let's just go back to the game. So obviously, Emi Martinez gets himself sent off after body checking Rasmus Højlund when he's through on goal.
Are we done yet?
No.
I think United did play well in the game, actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
There was one game that I watched.
Didn't bother watching.
Did
Did you actually not?
Did you actually not watch it?
It was the one time he played well all season.
I was busy.
But
Earning money, mate.
but you know, calm down, King. It's okay.
Moving on.
But then obviously, nothing really came from that Martinez red card for a little while, and then ball gets kicked up towards Bayindir in goal, and
I love him, mate.
the referee blows for a foul as Rodgers kicks the ball kind of through and in his hands as a foul, and then denies Rodgers a goal, which the Aston Villa fans are now petitioning to replay the game, which will never happen. Cry about it. You don't deserve Champions League.
They do.
They're still doing a petition
They
for
do.
it.
Get a grip.
They do.
They do deserve to play Champions League football. I'm sorry.
There was a lot of teams that deserved to.
Chelsea
That's
didn't.
the problem.
Chelsea didn't.
That's a controversial take.
Chelsea didn't.
You don't think Chelsea deserve Champions League football?
No, they had a good 3 months at the beginning of the season, and they've kind of just scurried along the rest of the season. They actually haven't played well in 6 months.
It's finally starting to take at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to get better, but I'd say Europa League football is where they should be. So Manchester United then, Ahmad puts a header in the back of the net from a Bruno Fernandes deep cross, which was pretty decent. Yeah. And or as I would say, it's cute.
Yeah. A little too late.
And then Eriksen makes it 2-0 with a penalty in the 85th minute, and Manchester United secure Champions League football for Newcastle. Come on, give it here, mate. Good lad, up the tune.
I'm so happy to do that for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. At least you made one United happy. At least one United's got a good season coming. You know what I mean? And then Arsenal won. Great. 15 years we've never lost the last game of the season.
Don't care. No pressure. No pressure. Don't care.
15 years, haven't lost the last game of the season. No, cheers, mate. Odegaard showed up when there was no pressure on.
Jesus.
No pressure.
Odegaard's
Exactly. Of course he
awful.
did.
Anyway, right, creating our own team of the...
Oh, God, what were you going to say, Joe?
Go on for your timber. Anyway, creating our own team of the season. Three Gaffers team of the season. Yay!
What was that? Yay.
I don't know. But
right,
yeah,
are we going to do it position-wise? Or are we going to just each say a team?
We'll go position, because then we can have a little debate over it as well. So, James, do you want to start with the keeper, or do you want...
Goalkeeper, James.
Sells.
Sells what a Nottingham Forest. Totally agree with that. Mate.
Okay. James, Ed's also going to.
I'm going Sells for Nottingham Forest.
Totally was in my brain. Like
he's incredible. Golden Boot winner, joint with Raya.
Course, yeah.
He was so important to that Nottingham Forest team this season. Sells, in my opinion, undeniably goalkeeper of the season.
It is between Sells and Raya, and I'm annoyingly going to side with an Arsenal player and go Raya. It's just my personal preference.
Believe it.
It's just my personal preference.
why?
Because that guy has gone with me to Arsenal Newcastle and seen his team
when you took him to watch
me.
a football match.
Yeah.
When you took him.
Yeah. He supports Newcastle. It was
Yeah,
Arsenal
you took
Newcastle.
him to watch
Someone's a
football
little
match.
bit jealous.
If it was Arsenal Man United, I would have took you, mate.
Yeah, would you?
All right, calm it down.
Just look at the camera he did. But
Calm it
no,
down,
we've seen them play.
Majority
each other a
of
lot
the
this
time,
season. You've seen them
Raya
make
is
mistakes.
an 8 or 9 out of 10 every time, but he has these games that he slips up and becomes like a 3.
Yeah.
But over the general
To have a
season of the
keeper
Premier
that
League,
fumbles, it's crazy.
he's the reason you're still second. One of the reasons that you're still second. You could have easily dropped lower. But, right, let's move. Anyway, I'm not going to debate this anymore. My choice is Raya. That's it. Right back. Do you want to start this one off?
Urian Timber, arguably Arsenal player of the season, him or Rice. But Timber is one. Timber gets my right back of the season. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd probably say Timber has been the outstanding right back of the league.
Did you know he came back from an ACL as well, and he's done well at right back. He's the only player that I think deserves his flowers this year for Arsenal. Him and Rice, really.
Okay.
So, whatever, Timber, yeah.
This man cannot give a shit. Right, and how about you start off with the centre-backs, James?
Saliba all day.
Right centre-back, yeah.
Right centre-back.
Why do we have to specify that?
We have to give,
Well, to be fair...
Who are you going right
We're going
centre-back,
from
James?
right to left.
I am going to go for a little bit of a rogue shout, but I think he's probably one of the reasons that I think the reason that he makes Sells look so good is Milenkovic.
So you've put
First season in the Prem.
So you've put Milenkovic in over a Saliba.
Yeah, because I think he makes him look good.
But you've made what?
Saliba's unreal, mate.
Saliba's great.
He's the best.
Saliba and Gabriel make Raya look good.
And that's the next choice, by the way.
And that's the next choice coming up.
I've gone Milenkovic. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. How about you both?
No, you're not.
You're allowed to have your own opinion until it's
Stay
wrong.
quiet.
Shut up. Little slut.
Right.
Anyway, so your right centre back is
William Saliba.
fair enough. Look, I can't argue with it. He's been great, but my
And next on the left centre back will obviously be Gabriel.
Yeah.
Left centre back, I would go Van Dijk. Captain,
Why though?
Captain the title-winning season. He's probably been the best centre back in the league.
No, he
Get a
hasn't.
grip, you lot.
Individually, Gabriel's
that
had a
man
better
has been
season.
stealing the appraisal for years.
He's not. He's great.
No, he's not.
He's not like one of these all-timers that everyone says, but he has comfortably been the best
I'm not
centre back in
arguing
Europe
about
this
how
year.
good Van Dijk is. I'm just saying Gabriel
He's
individually
Yeah.
needs to be in it.
He's had a decent season.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He plays
no,
for
he has
them.
had a very good season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just trying to rattle you there.
Plays for them.
He plays for them.
But
But
Van Dijk. I
Yeah,
think
he's
but
great,
the thing
he's
is, if you
brilliant,
take Gabriel
yeah.
out of your side,
Such a good player, yeah.
you
Amazing.
haven't taken as big of a drop off. If Liverpool lost Van Dijk, they would have not have won. They wouldn't have won the
I agree,
league.
but we're talking now about a team of the season.
I wish they would, to be
We're
honest.
talking about what happened this season.
And I think Van Dijk has been crucial to the fact that Liverpool have won a title, and that has been this season.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Anyway, left back.
Go on, James, hit us with
James,
it.
you going
Who's
to
your
start
left
this one?
back
Or do you want
of the
me
season?
to, or do you want?
You go for this one, mate.
You want me to
I'll
start?
I'll give you
Right.
that.
I'll
Why
start.
not?
I'll
I'll give
start.
that.
Okay, if you really
No,
want to.
don't give it him. You can have that.
Right, I'm going to start Milos Kerkez because he's one of my favourite players in the league and he's been my favourite left back of the season. I think he's been unbelievable.
Only your boy was fit, mate.
Huh? Phoning Lewis. Oh no, I'm telling you right now. If Lewis Hall would stay fit the whole season,
I'm surprised he didn't go. Lewis
You're not actually going to say Lewis Hall.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say Anthony Robinson from Fulham.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's such a decent shout.
I'm going off
Not as good as Kerkez.
what they
but still
bring
really
in,
good.
what they bring to their team.
I want to throw like such a. No, I'm not
Go
gonna.
on, do it.
Come on,
Do
mate.
it.
Kerkez. You can
Oh,
have
I
boo.
love that, James.
Boring.
Kerkez.
Boring.
Exact same team so far, me and James. may I
Yeah,
add.
so dead. Right, so we've gone for Kirkes each, and then I've gone
no real class,
Robinson.
that's why.
And then midfield. So we're going to go sitting in 2 centre mids because there hasn't been any outstanding 10s in the league really this year, has there?
The Premier League is kind of dying out the 10 position, which is sad because it's one of the best positions in football.
Yeah, but it's just the type of
We're
football.
going for 2 centre mids.
We'll go 2 centre mids and a CDM.
Go on, who's your CDM,
James?
Rice.
Declan
Rice.
As a CDM? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I like it.
Right, I'm going to go Ryan Gravenberch.
No, because you're going to see what my team's going to look like. So it's going to be...
It's going to be
okay. So are you
definitely not.
Are you ignoring the 2 centre mids, or are you just sticking? Okay.
No, he wants Rice and DM.
Okay.
No, either you've gone.
I've gone Ryan Gravenberch.
First time ever
Can't give it that.
Three Gaffer history. I'm agreeing with Joe.
I agree with that. Did he just say?
I have to agree with you. Gravenberch is my DM as well.
Yeah, he's been great.
He's been a vital part to.
Just like Van Dijk.
That's it. Right, next.
Right, who's your centre mids then, James?
Go on, left centre mid.
Bruno
Fernandes.
Right, okay.
Where did you finish in the league?
He's a
You know what? Did they end up finishing above?
We'd be relegated without
No,
him.
because Wolves won on the final day. I was about to say. I thought they might have finished 15th, but no, Wolves won.
Okay, no, he's chosen Bruno, and we
Bruno
can't
Fernandes.
change his
Okay.
mind. He's got.
I'll never not put him in the team.
Okay, so Bruno left centre mid.
I'm gonna go for Declan Rice as my left centre mid.
Yeah, now we're talking ball knowledge. I like that. I like that a lot. My left centre mid, box to box, Declan Rice.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then your right centre mid, Ed?
Sandro Tonali.
Sandro, ole, ole, ole. And then we have also agreed on that position as well. Sandro Tonali.
Give it your Bruno as well. 2 Brunos next to each other.
I do like that.
You got the better Bruno from Newcastle.
I've got a better midfield.
No. You and me have agreed on the goalkeeper and defence, and then me and Joe have agreed on the midfield. It's quite weird how this is all panned out.
James. Lock in. The attack is ours. Okay. The attack is ours. We're gonna agree on this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, lock in. It all works, doesn't it?
Right wing. In my opinion, player of the season in the Premier League, and right wing of the season, Mohamed Salah. By far.
Do you know what?
If not, I wanted to say...
He's been a player that has shined way more.
Saka.
I'm going to let Joel
I wanted to say
it.
Saka, but
yeah,
obviously...
do you know what?
I feel like we're on the same wavelength.
I think if the player I'm about to say was in that Liverpool side, he'd get double the numbers. He's an absolute...
Unsung FPL hero.
Unsung hero. He's an absolute monster on the pitch, and it is Jacob Murphy.
I knew it.
You think Jacob Murphy's had a better year than Saka?
All day.
Jacob Murphy for Ballon d'Or.
All day, because he plays for them.
Wow, mate.
Did you say Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, Ballon d'Or Murphy, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
While we're at it, yeah, go on.
So my right wing is Salah,
Jacob
for
Murphy.
Joe, and for James.
Jacob Murphy, why not?
Come on, lad.
Crazy.
Right, so
Left wing.
left wing.
There's a hard one here.
How much that?
There's not been any outstanding left wingers, really. Do you want to kick us off, Ed?
No, I better not.
No, go on.
Oh, go on.
Left winger.
Either gonna.
I'll go Martinelli.
That's the horrendous
Martinelli.
take.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
You silly Ed.
You are so
Edward.
silly, aren't you? You're so silly. You're so silly and goofy,
I might have a little
He's
bias.
silly
so
boy.
silly and goofy, isn't he?
You know what he said about Bruno? Like how he'll always be in his team. Mm-hmm. It's the same with me. With Martinelli.
Yeah, but at least
boy.
Bruno's actually
I don't
good.
see him on your back.
Right. That's
You haven't heard my striker yet.
No.
No,
We're not being silly. Right, I'd say there's not been an outstanding left wing, but I'm gonna put a player that's been outstanding who I think could do a job out there, and that is Brian Mbeumo.
Shut up! He's a right winger. He hasn't played left wing all season.
He could do a job.
That's so stupid.
You're so stupid. Oh. He could do a job. He'd do
I
a
don't
better job
care
than
if he can
Martinelli.
do a job.
He'd do a better job than Martinelli.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stats this season and Mbeumo in left wing. 0 goals, 0 assists because he hasn't played there. Martinelli's at least got some goals. So if
because he
anything,
played there.
you've made my point actually even better now.
How?
No, because
0 goals, 0 assists.
Yeah, because he didn't play.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
'cause he didn't play in that position.
I'm fitting in a player that should be in the team.
All right, I'll put Van Dijk there then. What's stupid?
Yeah, but
thing to
he's
say?
creating up his team of the season and he's fitting a player in that has been outstanding.
Who
to be in that team.
in an area that he could do. Whereas
Yeah.
you're putting.
Well, I'm
you
going
just
to
said you
agree
put-
with you, know what I'm saying?
There's
Come on.
Agree with him.
Ooh, that was
I've never seen something
clean
so
as well.
stupid. You put Mbeumo.
Right, and then moving on to the striker. What do you think you got a striker?
No, James didn't say a left winger.
I don't want to start.
He did. He said Mbeumo. He agreed.
No, he didn't say
did.
Mbeumo.
He
He agreed.
In left winger.
He agreed.
Check the logs.
I'll have to dip from the team of the season if you actually both think Mbeumo.
I'm putting him there because
You have
he's...
rattled me because I'm like, there is no way.
Anyway, right, moving on to
If you would have said Anthony Gordon, right?
Oh, Joe, just kick it off and shut him
If you would have
Kick
said
it off.
Anthony
Moving on to the
Gordon,
striker.
It's your own club.
Joe,
Anthony
striker.
Gordon
I
is
think
your own
for-
club. Anthony Gordon plays for your own club.
Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon. Started to cry.
Oh, shut up.
That was good, wasn't it?
Oh, Joe, take it away.
Right, and for striker, I think there's maybe only one or two names, well, maybe two or three names you can put in. There's obviously your Erling Haalands, you got your Chris Woods, but mine is
There's only one man.
obviously the main man for this beautiful club, Alexander Isak.
There's no one else, really, is there?
Yeah,
Kai Havertz.
well, no, that's just taking it too far. I was just taking it too far. Like we hold ourselves to an illustrious standard here.
Come on. No, come on. God, he's having fun and then he's saying that.
Yeah,
Kai
that's-
Havertz.
yeah, I know. That's being
Kai
goofy and silly.
Havertz.
I mean, he's taking... he's taking Salah out for the bands. And then
Yeah.
he's,
And
he's
there's
saying
actually
Havertz
believing-
is up front.
And there's actually believing that kind of Havertz.
Three.
You're front three!
You didn't have Salah. You had Mbeumo at left wing, and then you've gone, oh, you've got to have Isak.
Our front three is better than yours.
I'll stand by it. There you go.
All right, you know what? He's gone Kai Havertz. I've gone Isak. Who are you going to go for, James?
Why not? I'll join you.
Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
See, look.
I'm sure no one put Chris Wood in.
Chris Wood's a good shout, but he had fallen off
I
for the last
just
couple
wanted
of
to
months.
agree to rattle you.
But Isak is right.
Highland.
That's about the same level of shout as Havertz.
Come here.
Hoyland and Havertz.
No, don't be snide. Xerxes. Come on, so.
Yeah, Xerxes.
He's better than him, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd actually agree. If Xerxes was in the Arsenal side, he'd get more goals. He did that at the Emirates, didn't he? When they knocked him out.
Unreal. That.
Alright, we'll stop rattling him now. Right.
Honestly, he was limbs thrown.
Yeah, I bet there were.
It was the only joy I
saw him.
felt.
I saw him.
Mate. Kai Havertz.
Right, next, let's move it on because that was our team of the season. Let us know what you think about it.
Train
I
wreck.
think that was all right.
Train
But now,
should get our shirts
moving
and tie
on
out for this.
to the Gaffers Awards. And yeah. Right, so we got a few different little awards going out. So
I'd love to kick this off.
just go through them.
Yeah.
Manager of the season.
Manager of the season,
He was
without a
kicking off.
doubt, is the big man Nuno.
Nuno
I
Espirito Santo.
totally agree. That's my manager of the season. Nuno.
There's no way it's not.
There's no way it's not.
What he's done for Forest,
Totally agree. Totally agree.
I've always rated him anyway, but what he's done for
Get
Forest
your
and where they are,
mouth away
they
from
deserve
that.
more than conference, but just to get conference
I agree.
at all
With
is
that team, yeah.
unbelievable.
Totally agree.
Eddie Howe.
You know what?
Eddie,
when I say
done
these
well,
things-
he's done
Eddie
well.
Howe.
Yeah, champs, mate. Come on.
Champs, a cup, first domestic trophy in 70 years, got us over the line, beat Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Forest
Okay, no.
on the way to that.
I don't think.
And
I
then he
think
also
he's
then-
I think he's got a.
He's got a shout, I think. I think he's got a good shout.
Have we
And
all
I'm
got to
happy with
agree over our three?
that. No, we don't have to agree. We don't have to
because
agree.
it will be
We
here for
never will.
hours if you're trying to tell me he's the best. But.
Eddie Howe's up
No,
there.
I back it.
Player of the year.
Player of the year,
Why? Who are you with then? What was your manager?
Nuno, I
You said
agree.
Nuno.
I said Nuno. Yeah.
Player of the year.
copycat.
I think
Yeah, he
you're
is,
me
to
up
be fair.
now at the moment.
I
joking, Ed,
kicked
I'm
off for
only
the
joking.
manager. Who's going to kick off?
I'll kick off for the player of the season, and it's clearly Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, I'll die.
He's not in your team this season.
No, because he.
Yeah, because they didn't want him in.
He
know why?
just for tactics wise,
so
I
you're
prefer
not
Murphy.
having him in your team, James, but you're going to call him the player of the season.
Because he is. He's without a doubt is.
Yeah, but for tactical reasons, that's why we chose Jacob Murphy. Let's get real. Come on. We're gaffers here. Come on, look, get the. Oi. Have a word with him then, ref.
Are we all in agreement with Salah then?
Yeah, Salah.
Well done, Salah. You've won the Three Gaffers Player of the Year award.
Don't bother coming to collect it.
I'm sure
he's watching.
Yeah,
just don't bother coming to collect it.
We'll get you a really shoddy printed out piece of paper that's not even laminated.
Innit?
Overachievers.
Coloured in.
Overachievers. This is where I'm going to give flowers to Nuno, and that is Nottingham Forest.
Again, it's Forest.
I'm stuck between Nottingham
It's
Forest
the same answer, it's
and
Forest.
Arsenal. Most injuries in the league, and to still.
What? Wait.
And
sure.
No. We can't do this. Yeah, he did say Arsenal. It's a bit of an embarrassment.
What?
I said what I said. I'm not
Say
repeating
it again.
myself.
No, go on.
I'll say it because you know it's balmy.
That is probably the worst take this show's seen.
No, right.
And we'll see.
I'll give you 5 reasons. 5. I don't know how you're going to fill this up. 5 reasons why Arsenal are the biggest overachievers of the season. 5.
They are. You just agreed with me.
I know. 5 reasons why.
Why they are.
I want to hear your argument.
Yeah, he's saying he wants you to give him 5.
You it.
I'll give you 5.
You're going to give him 5. 5 reasons.
Most
go on.
injuries.
I couldn't say that. I couldn't speak English right
Yeah,
because I'm not flabbergasted.
That awe of his absolute delusion. Yeah.
Most injuries in the Premier League this season.
Go on. Even then, you've got.
Right.
Even then, I'd also like to give an argument.
These other clubs with injuries. Carry on.
Nowhere near as many.
Shut up.
No, listen.
Nowhere near as many.
No,
we
listen.
had nearly double the
Shut
second
up.
team.
Carry on. Next one.
No.
That's one.
One thing I would say though, James.
It's not valid, but one.
James, 800 million spent on that squad.
I know.
Anyway, carry on.
I'm gonna throw the reasons back.
Oh, okay.
Number 2.
Okay, so injuries number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Most expectation before the season. And with how that, and then when the injuries come in,
underachievers.
So you're
So it's
underachieving because the
but that's the
expectation was so
expectation
much
at the
higher.
beginning. And then due
because
to the injury, you
were expected to be in the running for the
but
Prem.
that's the thing. That's the pressure from that
You in
on
City
the
were
players.
expected.
So we
to
had
be
so
fighting
much
for the
pressure
Prem.
that brings a negative to it again. So again, I'm throwing that in the.
That's an under. Are you nuts?
Yeah. I'll then go. Another reason why it was an overachievement is.
Right, so
one.
I'll give you a little bit.
Okay, the injury.
2 is completely invalid.
That makes you
3.
underachieving.
Just flat out not
He's
having
struggling.
a striker for a whole second half of the season.
That is your recruitment problem. That is nothing to do with this season. You could have recruited one before this season, and you chose not to. That's your fault.
What's 4?
Anyway, carry on.
What's 4? He's struggling.
What is 4?
So I can give you 5 reasons for my club's problems.
Okay,
on
yeah,
Champions
another
League.
one.
We had to
One
focus
of
on
the
Champions League.
highest in terms of red cards this season handed out.
That sounds like your fault. issue.
Fishing. That's what that is. Right, what's the 5th?
Go on, give us another 5.
Why have I got 5 reasons?
Exactly,
for an
because
opinion?
if they're overachieving, I want to hear 5 valid reasons why. Because that is absolute waffle.
It was never Arsenal. That
That
are
is absolute,
underachieving and
complete. I don't know how much
finishing
more.
in getting the semi-finals of Champions League. There you go. 5th reason.
How?
We ain't done it in decades.
If
Haven't done it in decades.
If Arsenal had won a trophy, I'd be on board. Mm-hmm. Right? But how are you overachievers? You've just finished second again.
Because of what's happened this
You've
season.
just finished without a trophy again.
Because of what's happened this season.
What do you mean? What's happened? Other clubs have suffered.
It's
What
semi-final
is
FA.
so special about Arsenal that they've overachieved?
I've just told you 5 reasons.
Yeah, and they're not valid.
They are. The most injuries in the league.
You're
One of the most
chatting.
red
You're
cards.
chatting.
You can say what you want,
No,
man.
I don't
Right,
agree with it.
right,
we can't
right,
move
right.
on because
We got
We're
one
second in the. We
I feel
finished
really
second in the league.
you're chatting.
Second best team in England this season, and we had the most injuries.
Yeah, and you were expected to be.
You are expected to be.
When you have the most injuries, you drop. If you were before the season started, right, and you predicted to finish second, you have the most injuries. You predicted to then finish 8th.
You were
9th.
expected
We
at-
finished second with the most injuries,
And that's overachieving.
because of the situation
No.
we were in. Yeah.
No, moving on.
Jesus.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
Right,
well, I
you-
said them and Forest, so it's a
Forest,
combination.
No, you have to
congratulations.
pick one.
It's Forest.
Forest.
There you go.
All right, so
Sorted.
everything you said is complete shit. Right,
No, I said the other one. The other one that the other team that's in with it.
Oh,
is
Ed,
fun.
Next.
Ed.
Next.
Moving on. Flop. flop of the season.
Club half player.
Well, you know what? How about we do both? We do a club and we also do a player. So club is... Oh, actually, I'll let Ed kick this off.
I would
Flop.
Yeah, flop.
say player.
You can either do a club or player, or you can do both. It's up to you.
No, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Why have I got to kick it off? I've been talking too much recently. I'll give you guys the limelight.
Okay. You kick us off then, or I can kick us off.
You do it, Joe. You haven't.
All right. So
for 5 minutes.
club-wise, I'd probably say it's Manchester United. Yeah, 16th just isn't really good enough, is it? For
15th.
16th. Yeah. And then I'd say a player. Well, I'd probably say more of a gaffer.
Please, just tell me it's 15th.
It's 16th. I'd say that's a club, but then for a player, but I'd rather say it's a gaffer. Is that flop of the season is James for bottling every single outro he ever does.
I totally got to agree with that. Well done, James Francis, for bottle of the season.
That's completely uncalled for. It's completely uncalled for.
Oh, I'm sorry, lad. It just had to be said.
I don't even want to answer mine. Moving on.
No, come on. Don't be salty.
Come on.
Obviously, it's United.
And a player?
I don't even know.
Hoyland?
Take your pick.
Anana?
Take your pick, mate.
Anyone that you signed recently?
Take your
Agate?
pick. Rashford, mate. Got kicked out of his own club. Anyway.
Rashford, okay.
That's not bad. Sadly, I'm not a dig again, but it's Man United. It's the flop of the season. And I think player-wise, I'd probably say someone like Hoyland. Just again, not living up to the.
To be fair, I don't think there was any expectation.
He's been flopping. Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't think there was that much expectation. I was actually thinking about it again. If I wasn't to say that James.
If not, I'd say Odegaard because of how
Odegaard.
important he is to Arsenal.
Odegaard.
I would say Odegaard's a big flop of the season.
Yeah,
sadly,
big time. Sadly, it's the most glorious thing on this world.
Right, should we move on to our favourite match of the season? So, what was your favourite match this season, James?
I don't have many.
Just any you watched.
Probably the Leon game, but
the Leon game where you came back and added extra time.
Because I started to believe then.
Belief was it back in?
Just when I saw Harry, mate. Oh my god.
Started to believe. He was on the podcast going, we've already won the Europa League.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was after that.
Yeah, true, it was.
Exactly. But it was. I remember that game. We were on FaceTime when you came and did that crazy comeback.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was dancing, screaming.
Dancing around the office,
really
screaming.
That was
I
really
was
good.
in the office.
Yeah, you were.
Chanting, Ruben Amorim.
Oh, gosh.
What's your favourite game this season, Joe?
There's a couple to choose from. Beating both of your sides this season was quite nice, but I'd probably say the favourite game was when we won the Cup. Beating Liverpool, Wembley, Dan Burn, Isak, shaking the grounds of Wembley.
You can't relate to a cup.
Yeah. I'd probably say that was my favourite. I was at a pub in London watching it with my dad, and
you can now actually
it was great.
Your team just won a Europa League title.
Oh yeah, he was basically acting like a Spurs fan last week.
Last week, yeah. Biggest Spurs fan I know.
But anyway, what was your favourite match this season? Oh, actually, I already know what it is, but
I
you
ain't
can
got any, mate.
Go on, you Spurs.
Well, you just said you were overachievers 5 minutes ago, so what do you mean it's been a shocking season?
Has been.
Yeah, but you've overachieved, so it can't have been that bad.
Yeah, innit? How can you
With
chat
the
so
injuries,
much shit?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So what's your
So
favourite
many
game?
bleeps, by the
Right,
way.
should we be realistic? What your favourite game was probably the
My
Real Madrid
favourite
game at
game
home.
this season.
It's only
was
one game I can think of.
Real Madrid home and away. The one at the Emirates was great because of the free kicks from Rice.
But then the other one we spent together, you know what I'm saying?
We watched that together, me and James, and it was at the Bernabeu, and I don't think
And just seeing that joy in your face as well.
Oh, cheers, man.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And to see it fade.
Sorry, I couldn't.
That was a great.
To see it fade
and
a little while
If you did
later.
catch us on the live that we did, I watched the PSG second leg with Ed, but that was just
Joe's a bad luck charm. Every time I watch a game with Joe, we lose.
unfortunate.
So.
But then again,
Since I've been friends with you, all we do is lose.
All you do is lose.
right?
Maybe it's
one
both,
of the
yeah.
Madrid games is my game of the season. For me.
Biggest bottle of the season. What would you say is the biggest bottle of this season?
United again.
It actually could be United.
United Europa League final.
But
No.
There's a reason why as well, and it's
Yeah.
because you sabotaged your league form for that competition, and then you put it all on the line, and then it got to the final, and then they did.
And they played like a bunch of.
Do you know what you could say though? You could also put a word out for City, because they realistically were heavy favourites going into that FA Cup final. Had loads of chances, didn't take any of them, and bottled it. But also, in Mikel Arteta's words, you could also say Arsenal, because they were supposedly the best team in the competition, and they didn't get through the semi-final.
Now is it time to get behind your team?
Now is the time to get behind your team.
Can you say that again?
That could be construed.
Mikel Arteta's words in the press conference was that Arsenal were the best side in the Champions League.
No, he didn't. He said they were better on the day against PSG in the second leg, which
Yeah,
I
he
he came out and said that. He came out and said that Arsenal were the best side in the Champions League.
No, that was the funniest.
And then you were out. Oh no, or was it after you were out? It was either after or just before you were out, and he said that.
See, you're falling for it again. He's putting rage bait, and you guys are all straight on to Arteta being like,
He's such a donkey, mate.
Yeah, but he
But
deserves
no, I
it.
do know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you did big up the chat thinking that you were going to get past PSG. And you did say, though, afterwards...
It's because we were off the back of beating Real Madrid home in a way. But, like, if someone said to you before the start of the season, even, like, Arsenal...
You beat Real Madrid in this Champions League, you'd expect it to be semi-finals or final, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of it's Real Madrid's history, isn't it?
But, yeah. Funniest moment of the season.
It's got to be Guardiola. Scratching his
Guardiola scratching. That's not a bad one. I don't
That's what I
mind
feel like when you two gang up on me on the pod.
I'm
there going...
The joy out.
Oh, God.
Honestly, the joy I felt when I saw all the... Oh, my God.
Scratch
That was
marks in his
gold,
head.
that.
That was good.
That head loss. Oh, my God.
I'm trying to think. Come back to me. Go on, you go ahead, because I'm trying to think.
I'm stuck between a couple, you know. I like that when the owner of Nottingham Forest just ran on the pitch.
Unreal.
and like...
He makes me crease, you know.
Yeah, you just...
Yeah, he makes me crease.
I feel like I'm missing one. I feel like there's
Passion,
one...
though.
I think I've
definitely
got
gotta be a funny
mine. When Mateus Cunha nicked the glasses off the Ipswich coach and threw them, and then got himself and then started headbutting people and all that stuff. Yeah, he got a good old healthy ban for that. But yeah,
you start integrating that into United. Of course, exactly what they need.
Innit?
He's a brilliant footballer. I love the guy.
More showmanship.
Well, what's good? How about we?
That was funny.
How about we move on to the transfer news then?
Never.
No, never. You don't want to.
Transfer
Because obviously Mateus Cunha has been now confirmed as a Manchester United player. £62.8 million.
What's your opinion?
United would pay more, so that's what it is.
No,
what's
his
your
release
opinion
clause.
on it? Like, are you happy about the
we pay it.
transfer?
No, that's just, you don't pay more. That's his release
Big
clause.
time. I'm surprised it still went through after us.
Yeah, after losing. It was given here we go by...
Yeah.
and
The fact it's still gone through, it gives me joy.
gives you some positivity.
I've had rumours that he's already been given the number 10,
He has.
which is Rashford's number.
Rashford's been stripped of his number 10.
I think that means he's gone now, like he's fully gone from United.
I don't think they'll be able to shift him. I think you'll only be able to get him out on loan again.
If Villa had champs, then he'd have took him.
But we know what happened.
Which meant we're the reason why we missed out on 40 mil. Crazy.
Not talk about Liverpool again, but Florian Wirtz
Liverpool?
nearly confirmed to Liverpool.
That's crazy.
100 million add-ons.
That is
a big
absolutely
boy
crazy.
signing.
Like, shut up, Liverpool. Like, do you know what I mean? Just give someone else a chance for a minute.
I love how that's not how it should be said. It's that like they weren't anything like last season. They were in the title race, but they weren't really doing anything. And then the season before, they weren't really in it. They've only
They
just
were in the
this
title
season.
race last year. We did finish third out of the
until like 4 or
of
5 games to go, and then they dropped off. But
what?
They did.
Yeah, but I'm saying, they were in the title race.
But like,
if you're saying we were in a title race at any point this year, and you're going Liverpool weren't in one neck last year, I don't know what you're on about, mate. But
no, they weren't.
Liverpool having a Champions season this year, winning the Premier League, and then signing
a Champions season.
Liverpool having a winning campaign.
There you go.
This year in the Premier League, and then Florian Wirtz now being a new addition to the side is a bit of a joke. Like, he's so good.
Well, the problem is that it depends on... They're going to have to let someone go now in this position.
I think it's crazy.
There's rumours that Luis Diaz is leaving to go to Barcelona, but I don't see how Barcelona will afford it.
And then there's the rumours of Darwin Núñez off as well.
Darwin Núñez back to...
I'm sure the fans are happy about that.
Yeah.
Then again, they're so deluded.
Oh, that song when it came out when they first moved.
You sing throughout this podcast.
That was so funny. No, that was so funny. When that first song came out, it was great.
That fella that does them songs for Liverpool. He's such a clown, mate.
He is a clown, but it is funny though at the same time.
I'd like to move on to the next transfer rumour between both your two clubs.
He's coming
for Brian and Buemo,
to
apparently the best left winger in the Premier League.
Yeah, tell him again.
That's why he's coming United.
That's why he's coming Newcastle.
If he plays left wing for Ivory, I'd laugh. Like, it would be funny.
He'd play like
the right.
Yeah,
he played right forward for Emery. He played right wingers for us, but he's going to be playing right winger.
He's going to be playing
right winger.
And it'll be Cunha and him behind the forward. And our forward's probably going to be Delap now, isn't it?
And Buemo right, and then whoever.
You don't get Delap either.
I
think we'll get both.
You're not getting either.
What was that? Sorry, I've missed that.
He thinks he's going to get Delap and Buemo.
You're both going in for Buemo. You're both going in for Liam Delap.
It's going to be Delap, Cunha.
I think, and genuinely, I think one of us.
You really are just wiping your old team out, aren't you? Just replacing the whole side.
They need to. They need to, but I don't know how they're going to fund all this. But
that post-season tour, the pre-season tour.
Oh Jesus!
Bruno to Saudi.
Do you know what I think?
It's not going to happen.
Do you know what I think?
Don't want Bruno.
One will get the other. I think you'll either get Delap and we'll get Mbeumo, or you'll get Mbeumo.
We'll get both.
No, we'll get Mbeumo and you'll get Delap. I'll happily take that.
I could probably see that.
I'll take that.
That way.
Because the thing is you need a striker more than you need a right forward, because you could just slot Ahmad in there if you really wanted to.
I'd love to put Ahmad in there as well.
That's what I'm saying. So you wouldn't need to. So
we would, because
Kevin De Bruyne being linked to Napoli.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. Apparently, the president of Napoli's gone. It's looking more and more likely as the days go.
The only thing I don't get is that Conte.
Napoli are a good side now.
Conte's just won the league with Serie A, right?
What a geezer.
Conte's saying 5 days or a couple of days after winning the Serie A, he's gone, I'm leaving because I've demanded 100 mil to spend in the summer minimum to try and win the league again back to back. And then Napoli have gone, no, we're not giving you that money. So the rumour is, odds on at the moment to replace him is Allegri.
Well,
and they're looking to bring in Allegri to Napoli now.
Has Conte fully walked, or has he just threatened to walk?
He's threatening. And then they've already eyed up Allegri. So there's already there's so much hesitation around what's going on.
Man?
Because I get it.
He's building something, so...
He's trying to build something that leaves him sustainable for a while. But they're not willing to take the risk on him, which is stupid, because
he just proved they won the league, didn't he?
A title.
These winning mentalities in clubs.
Exactly.
That's the amount of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they have won 2 of the last 3 Scudettos, but...
Yeah, but if they've not got that to back after that...
That's what I mean.
That's what big, successful clubs do.
Well, the thing is it's just a bit of a... It's a bit of a weird one. You'd expect Napoli to back him, and then they'd go out, get some of the best players.
I'm not putting down their history at all.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I'm not.
Napoli. They're a great club. Well, unfortunately for a certain person to my left, your right. My right.
Me.
Yeah.
Rodrigo is... Both our left then. Sorry, go on.
Rodrigo, the man you were hoping would be coming to Arsenal's left wing, is supposedly going to be staying at Madrid, says Xabi Alonso, as the new manager comes in and says he's a key player and he is going to be needed next season.
Didn't want him anyway, mate.
You were so strong on that as well.
You were like, he's coming, 80 million, it's done.
I tried to channel my inner James. Where James does a little throwaway comment like that. That's where it came out.
Doesn't hit the same,
And
you two both laughed.
Well, James will know this next person really, really well.
You know what?
Eric Ten Hag, the new manager of Bayer Leverkusen.
Buzzing for him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he was actually a good manager? Or do you reckon it was just...
Made some mistakes.
Yeah.
I think he still won his trophies.
Yeah, he did win you 2 cups in 2 years, so you can't really... 2.5.
And I think he was sacked too early. Well, maybe too late and too early.
Too late and too early.
It was either you had to sit the whole season out of him.
He should have been sacked after the win.
After the FA Cup, go out on a high. He'll be remembered as he'll be remembered as, you know what?
But Amorim didn't want to join then. He wanted to join at the end of the season. But then they forced him to join. So they didn't force him. They put him in a position where he had to.
Yeah.
And that's why it happened.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be interesting with the players that are still out.
What's the joy? I'm just thinking about
I know the way I said it.
Man United nowadays have to force people to be their manager.
You're being our manager! You will deal with this shit on the pitch and you will make it better.
All I've done is deal with it. I think it's good.
Osimhen.
And I hope he takes some players from us.
You think?
Take your players back. That's what I want.
That'd be really funny.
That's a good shout.
Imagine Anthony.
Take them players
you know
trust.
What's really funny? You know what's really funny? If he took Anthony, Leverkusen, he would become an absolute menace at Leverkusen.
I agree.
I want him to. Get away from my club. Yeah. Because he's poison.
Anthony. Well, James, talking about your club, coming out recently, and I was shocked at this. Victor Osimhen linked with both Chelsea, United, and a move to Saudi.
He was linked to United a while back, so I'm not surprised he is again.
Would you rather him over Liam Delap? I think it's an obvious answer.
I don't think I want. A while back, I would have probably said, but I don't think I want Osimhen, to be honest.
Really? I'm really shocked at that.
I don't think we're going to get him.
I think
that's what it is. It's more believable we're going to get Delap.
Yeah, I think he'll go.
I'm not really like over the moon about Delap, but
because
he's done it. He has been doing it in the Prem.
But the thing is with Osimhen, you get an experienced head, which is what you need because you've got so many young strikers that are not doing well. You need someone who's gonna.
I think no matter who walks into that, I think Delap. And I've said this before. I think Delap will just turn into Ireland United. I think there's that much of a curse.
I kind of agree with it.
Well, Osimhen rise above that United probably.
Yeah. Well, continuing with Man United, Bruno Fernandes looks like he's more and more likely day by day to be joining Al Hilal.
Can you imagine if Al Hilal
100 mil was the most recent?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Could you imagine if Al Hilal get Bruno and Osimhen?
I don't think it goes. I don't think it.
They have money bags,
That's
mate.
so stupid.
Why is it?
What's stupid?
100 million.
It's stupid they pay them money to do anyway, but...
Yeah, true.
Why is it stupid 100 mil for Bruno for them? With what they spend on players?
Go on, Joe.
I just think he just gets you out of a hole, and that is so annoying.
Yeah, that's what's...
Because you shouldn't be allowed to just get out of a hole like that.
I don't want to.
Because if we really wanted to, why don't we sell them in Longstaff for 60 million to Saudi? But we're not allowed. Because
why are you comparing Longstaff to Bruno?
Oh, that's so you, Joe. You just compared Longstaff.
No, but say like
Bruno.
No, but say like.
And you call me
all right, okay.
If you'd have put Ericsson in the same talk, I would have said yeah.
Well, how about we say, all right, Bruno G was. Why don't we sell him for like 400 million to Saudi?
Oh, so he's 400, but
yeah,
okay.
He's 4 times better player.
Boring.
Nah, but you know what? If it goes, it gives you a transfer budget. It gives you a possibility to get some players in. You know what? If I was United, obviously I'd take it, but
I don't want to lose him.
You don't want to lose him. You would rather keep him than the 100 mil.
Let's take it.
You're not going to get a better player
for the growth of the club, but
that money. But with United
sell money, it just goes into. And I'm going to sound like Glazers out, but it just goes into their pockets.
Yeah. Well, you can talk about Glazers out,
and you don't even know if it's going to.
Yeah.
Affect our club and help our club because that money's just going to end up elsewhere.
But also the thing is, I'd say
they're not
if I were you, I'd rather sell
for the staff on it.
I'd rather sell
the second half of
Garnacho. I'd rather sell Garnacho. I'd rather sell like I don't know some absolute dross that is sitting around your club for maybe like 50.
All of them need to go
and take the 50 mil hit for Bruno.
I forgot. Is De Ligt still at your club or has he left?
Yeah.
He's been out, hasn't he?
De Ligt still at United?
He only joined this summer.
Literally just joined, yeah.
He's quality. What's going on? Is he in? He was in.
He's not really. He's not really like.
He's average.
He's not really like blew up the stage.
I find that crazy. I think if he went
like when he joined, like the performance he was putting in, I'd rather have Maguire on the pitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
do you laugh at that? That's literally if you watch the games, I'd rather have Maguire.
No,
I'm not the way Maguire plays.
I think it's
just
days. Funny that Maguire's been brought in. He was doing really well. He then dropped off.
Maguire plays better without the armband. He's not the level that you expect as a United player, but where we're at, the way he plays.
Yeah, but then you've gone through like 6 to 10 centre backs, and he's still the person you.
Yeah, no,
I can't believe it's
called awful recruitment. And bad running of a club.
Well, yeah, to be fair, that just seems, pretty true.
Right, here we go.
João Pedro, having links to your club, Joe.
Yeah, you know what? We were linked with him before we got Isak, and I thought, decent
tidy little player, mate.
Apparently the fee's around 60 million, which, again,
Similar
not a
price
bad
to
thing.
Cunha. I think that's a decent price.
I'd say they're not. They're obviously
You
different
say they're
players.
not buying a league and all that. God.
God.
Shut up. Fake money.
Who do you think's
They
better,
got
James?
Champions League
Cunha
money,
or
unlike
João
you.
Pedro?
Cunha.
Cunha is a more.
I like João Pedro.
I think
what?
João Pedro's more
really like him.
technical
As
on
a-
the ball.
as a striker,
I think who
I'd-
gets better numbers, Cunha.
I think as a threat.
I'm having Cunha, mate.
As a threat, I think
he's
Cunha
he's
is
a red
as
now.
a better
He's
player.
a red
I
now.
think.
I've
As
got
a
to back
better
him.
technical player.
As a better
João
technical player,
Pedro.
João Pedro.
I've got to back
He just
him.
offers something different to Isak. He's more of a. He'll take.
Oh. Carry on.
He was given proper ball knowledge.
I'm just
then.
crashing out because of this ball knowledge. Carry on.
So, James, I think it's coming up to that time.
João Pedro's a good player, and I would
This is why I'm
like him to
crashing
be at
out.
Newcastle. There you go.
Would ya?
Yeah.
Shit, mate.
Will James live up to the hype of flop of the season?
You've called me a flop now, so that's all that's in my head. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode of the Three Gaffers. It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been rattling.
Yeah, it's
from
been lovely.
all
I've
three of us.
enjoyed every
I don't think
minute.
I've been
I've
rattled.
enjoyed every minute.
Been rattled.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be that bad.
yeah. Anyway, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. you
Right,
know,
no,
it's fine.
okay. If you're not going to do it
come
properly, I'll do it
on,
properly.
mate.
Right, thank you for watching, everyone. This episode of the Three Gaffers. Please check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and
All he
YouTube.
does
Obviously,
is
at the
speak
Three
over
Gaffers.
me.
If you're watching, you're obviously already here. But so make sure that you like and subscribe.
Before we finish it off, remember.
And yeah, before we
Thank you
finish
to
it
our
off-
first 100 subscribers.
Yeah,
Oh
thank
yeah.
you.
Maybe I should look more excited.
Yeah, exactly.
for
Look
that.
a bit more implement excited. Thank you for 100 subs on the
Oh
YouTube.
my God.
And
Yeah.
just thanks for everything. We
Thanks
want
for
to
the
obviously
lovely
keep
support.
growing.
It's really meant a lot. A lot of hours go into the pod, and we love doing it. But it's nice to see that you guys are liking it.
Bit of
and we're gonna keep
appreciation.
pushing
No stress at all.
to go
Oh yeah.
a lot further.
Well, and next week we'll obviously be talking more transfer talk because the season's wrapped for the Premier League and also Champions League and Conference League. But no
I'm
one
not
really
really
cares about
interested in any Europe next season. Funny enough.
that. Oh yeah, that's not a surprise. So but yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for watching the Three Gaffers podcast.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.